The moment you've all been waiting for. A battle of the ages. Two isekais who have been said to be two of the greatest isekais to have been made as of recently. Who will come out on top? rezero versus Mushoku Tensei. My name is Sunny Longfellow, and we're not going to waste any time. Senku, take it away. Thank you, Sunny. Before we get started, I would like to invite all of you who are watching to put your comments down below and tell me, and tell us, who wins, Mushoku Tensei or rezero? Who's the better series? Which one's better? And give your reasons why. Alright, let's get into it. So, as a lover of both series, I would like to say that both series are great in their own right. I'm not here to say that one is trash and one is not. They're both great. What I am saying though is that one series does something better than the other series. Okay? In my personal opinion. This is all my personal opinion. So, if you don't like my opinion, put it down in the comments below and I'll probably respond to you. Okay, so let's do it. Let's get into it. Okay? First thing, we have 6 categories. Okay? First category, main characters. Second category, plot. Third category, means of getting put into an isekai. Means of dying, basically, and getting put into another isekai. That's what that means. How did you die? That's what I want to know. How did you die and get turned? Right? Okay. Fourth, location. Is the location good or not? Is it a cool location? Is it interesting? Is it boring? What? Let's talk about it. Fifth one, pacing. We got pacing, and the last one is fan base. Fan base is up in the air. Okay, but we'll talk about it at the end. So, those are the categories. Let me know what you rate them, okay? You got S rank all the way down to F, okay? So, put it down in the comments, let me know. These are my opinions, okay? Let's start with main characters, okay? Main character wise, I do think that Mushoku Tensei has more interesting main characters. rezero has interesting main characters too, okay? But when it comes to main character, Subaru, Rudeus. Who's better in my personal opinion, who I like more? Rudeus. I like Rudeus more. A little bit more. Subaru is nice. I like Subaru, but here's the thing about Subaru. He feels a little basic. He feels a little hollow, if I'm being honest. I don't know if anybody else really agrees with this. It's not important though, because this is how I personally feel. He's a little hollow, okay? Only his whole goal is to marry Emilia. And Emilia wasn't even that interesting in the first season, so that's just my personal opinion, okay? But in Mushoku Tensei though, we got a very complex character. A character that needs to grow up. He needs to learn how, he needs to get better. He needs to learn things and grow up and be a better person. He's a shitty person in the beginning. He's a perverted asshole. We all know that, okay? But that's what makes him interesting. That's what makes it good. And on top of that, I mean, Mushoku Tensei was one of the first isekais written, technically, from what I've heard, you know, what I've seen on the internet. So I don't know how true it is, but that's what it is, okay? Yeah, so ratings. Subaru gets a B+. I do like his character. He's just a little hollow. He's not interesting enough to be A or S. Rudeus, he gets an S. S tier. He's S tier main character, okay? Not because I like that he's a fucking pervert. I don't like that aspect of him. It's annoying. But he gets better as time goes by. That's the point of the fucking show. Okay? So we got plot. So plot is interesting because plot is, for me, I want plot to be simple, but I want there to be enough to chew on outside of the simplicity of the show. Right? So that's how I look at it. ReZero is not simple. In my mind, I don't see ReZero as a simple plot at all. Sometimes I don't understand what's going on. Sometimes some things just happen and I'm like, oh, okay, something happened. I didn't even recognize, you know? And then, you know, it's cool. I like what happens, but plot-wise, I'm gonna have to give it to Mushoku Tensei here, okay? I'm gonna have to give it to Mushoku Tensei. Rating for ReZero, I gave it a C, okay? C. It is fine. It is fine. I don't have too many problems with it, but I wish it wasn't so complicated as a plot. I don't like how complicated it can get. But overall, I do think it is a decent plot. Mushoku Tensei, on the other hand, Mushoku Tensei, I think, has a great plot, a great simple plot at that, you know. It was simple at first, in the first season, and then things got complicated. But it wasn't complicated as in ReZero. It was, I'm going to do this, but I didn't get a chance to do this because this literal giant explosion happened. Now, I got to figure out how to get back and get my family. It's simple. It feels simple to me. The way they packaged it is important. The way they packaged it, it was simple to me. The way they packaged ReZero, a little complicated. Just saying. Okay, they could be both just as complicated as each other, but the way they packaged it, the plot was nice in Mushoku Tensei. ReZero, not so much. So, means of getting isekais. Third category. This one is cool because I like talking about Truck-kun, because Truck-kun is really funny. Okay, it's a funny meme, haha, jokey joke. Okay, but no, but seriously, like, I think ReZero and Mushoku Tensei, when it comes to how they get isekai, not the most interesting for me. Not the most interesting. It could be better. It could be better. Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna give it to Mushoku Tensei as above ReZero because he literally just blinked and that was it. I was like, that's it. There's nothing. Like I thought that was lackluster. I'm gonna be honest. I'm giving it a D. I'm giving Subaru the D. Okay.
Hey yo.
No, but seriously, he's getting the D. Mushoku Tensei. He got hit by Truck-kun. But it was interesting because he decided he was going to help this lady out because I guess he's just nice like that. And he got hit by a truck. So, I mean, interesting, but not that crazy, okay? I give it a B. Location. So, location. This one is, obviously, all of these are subjective. But I do think location is pretty interesting because for me, when it comes to an isekai, I want the location to be interesting. I want the things going on when they get there to be interesting and, you know, feel real. Feel like he's actually in another whole ass world. Right? So, ReZero and Mushoku Tensei. ReZero, the location when he gets there feels real enough. It feels legit. It feels like he's in maybe Times Square, like in the city square or something, and it feels good. It's a good way, you know, but I do feel like it's not perfect. You know what I mean? But it works. It works. I'm gonna give it an A. It's an A, okay? Also, I'm giving Mushoku Tensei an A. Why? Because they're very similar. It's nothing crazy when he gets there. Literally, he's in a house you know, with, you know, in the family and stuff, so it feels more, I guess, relatable or more reasonable, I guess. I don't know. But they're both A, because I just don't feel like one has one over the other. It's just they feel pretty similar, and how I feel towards them is just their locations are fine. It's not, there's no trash location, you know, between the two. So now moving on to pacing. I believe, oh, sorry, I take that back. So the location for Mushoku Tensei is A+. It's an A+ because it feels more thought out. It feels more, a little bit more. It feels a little more thought out, but not as much, not too much. You know what I mean? Because he actually like goes to different continents and stuff like that, right? But in rezero, it's kind of like he stays in one city for the most part, and that's about it. You know, so not much world building going on there. But I still give it an A because the city he's in is pretty interesting. Pacing. Let's move on to pacing. So pacing is interesting because pacing is basically just how they pace the story. And I genuinely believe that both shows have good pacing. One is more complicated than the other, but I do think they both have similar pacing. The shit's always happening. Shit's going on. You know, things are happening. It's not S tier, but I think things are happening. They both get A's from me. Okay, they both are getting A tier. Okay, moving on. Also, next one is the fan favorite, obviously. Fan base. Okay, let's talk about the fucking fan base. Okay, let's talk about the fan base though. No, seriously, like, because I think both fan bases are S tiers, okay? Because I haven't seen any toxic fans from rezero or from Mushoku Tensei. And if I have seen some from rezero, it's like a dime a dozen when it happens. So most of the fan base, 90% of the fan base, loves talking about rezero because rezero is pretty complicated. You know, Mushoku Tensei is still new anime-wise, so the fan base is still growing. It's taking time. There's people are hating Mushoku Tensei, but it's like you're not fans of the show, because you hate the show. I mean, you know, you can like the show and have gripes about the show, but if you know if you're like, you know, sitting there like, hey, like, don't watch the show, you know, because this guy's a fucking pervert, you know, you wouldn't like it. Like, don't tell people to not watch the show. Tell people to have their own opinion about stuff, okay? Let them watch it and then figure it out, okay? That's all it is to it, okay? If you don't like it, you don't like it. Simple as that. But the fan base for Mushoku Tensei seems to be pretty nice because we have to constantly defend the show all the time because people want to hate on it. ReZero, nobody wants to hate on ReZero because it's too complicated to even like try to hate on it. So you don't even know what's going on half the time. But yeah, so those are my tiers, my tier list. Basically, this is a tier list, but it's dramatized to be like battle of the bands, battle of the Isekais. They fight. You know, they fighting. You can see the background. You know, if you know Tekken, this is a Tekken background, okay? They fighting to the death, bro. They fighting. They boxing in the boxing rink, you know what I mean? But I do think Mushoku Tensei has a one-up on ReZero. But I think it's because, like, ReZero is complicated because, like, I don't know, it feels like there's a little bit too much going on for ReZero. And Mushoku Tensei is very simple. Things happen and they respond to that happening and you know, it works out. But ReZero is like, it could be a lot more streamlined in my personal opinion, but that's just my personal opinion. This whole video is my personal opinion. If you don't like it, you can go suck a dick, okay? I don't give a fuck, okay? Anyway, let me know what you think down in the comments down below. Check out these videos, okay? And check out the links in the description too if you want to, but check out these videos, okay? Please. ReZero, Mushoku Tensei. I'll see y'all next video. Peace!